Hey everybody, I thought I would do a quick video on how to make some curtains for this window right here. I did some for Halloween and I feel like I could have done a better job on my video explaining and showing how to make the curtains. So I'm going to do it for Christmas. This tree right here, I like to always decorate this tree with all kinds of different food items. I've got gingerbread and donuts and like this bowl right here of like Japanese food and pretzels. Just the whole tree is covered with different food things. So I'm going to try to make my curtain kind of match the theme of my tree here. I do have candy canes hanging on here too. So here's the fabric that I'm going to be using for the main part of the curtain. It's a really kind of thick fabric. See, it's kind of stiff. I don't know if you can tell by looking at it, but it's, you know, hear that? It's kind of stiff, but it's going to work out okay. And it's easy to cut when you get just a straight stripe. That makes it so that it's easier to get your curtains straight without like spending all kinds of time trying to, you know, cut it and have it be even. This is the easiest way to make these curtains. We're not going to sew them. There's going to be no sewing. So I got my hot glue gun here. I got my good scissors, my fabric scissors, and I have this fabric. This is like a, it's almost like a, it's like felt. It's like thin like felt, but it's kind of fleecy also. So I guess it would be like a really thin fleece is what I would call this. And at one point, this was one of my kids' Halloween costumes. I can't remember who wore this for something. But it's definitely got a head hole in it. But all we need is a couple pieces of it. We're going to use this fabric for the tie backs right here. And then I have some of this really thick puffy yarn with sparkle in it. There's a knot in that spot. I think I probably did that on purpose so it wouldn't unravel. But anyway, it's got the sparkle in it. It's white. It's fat. It's fluffy. This is going to be perfect. I got this at Walmart also. You can get this fabric at Walmart also, but I already had it. So, so here we go. Let me see. I got all that stuff. Extra glue sticks. Need some glasses. Because I'm going to get aggravated with my hair. We're going to put my hair up and a clip real quick. And we're ready to get started. Okay, so I've taken down one half of my curtain up here and lay it down on top of my fabric. And it's pretty close already to the size that I need. So if I just cut this piece that I have here right in half, I think it's going to be perfect. So I'm going to do that. Cuts pretty easy with my really sharp scissors, so. And you get like a really nice straight line, like I said, from that fabric, and it makes it so it's really easy to cut. Because see, now I have the two pieces and cut straight on the line. So we're going to work with one piece at a time. Let me just set that back here behind me. And I have one other thing I need. I'll be right back. Okay, I needed these little pom-poms, and I've got them in this thing that I just had sitting in there to make it look like decor until I was ready to do my curtains. Okay, so you want to turn your fabric over so that you have the wrong side facing you. And we're just going to do a simple fold under hem. And the easiest way to do this is just make sure that your lines stay. Let me put it down here a little bit. Sorry about that. Kind of jarring. Okay, so you want to make sure, see how your lines come down when you fold them back up. Try to keep your line straight with your line. Does that make sense? You don't want it to be like this. You don't want that. That'll look bad. So just keep your lines straight with your lines. And this fabric, like I said, it's so stiff that you can pretty much crease it like this, and it will pretty much stay. See if I can get you a better angle without you tipping over. Sorry about that. How's that? Can you see that better? Okay. All right, so just press it really hard. And if you're not using a really stiff fabric like this, you could always do a quick iron on it first, or use some of those little clips to hold it in place until you're ready to glue it down. You know, those little sewing clips. I bought a pack of those off of Temu, and they are awesome. Awesome. I can't wait to give a pack of them to my mom because I think she's going to like those too. I don't remember if I gave her some of those when we went to visit last time or not. I'll have to ask her. I save up things to give to my mom because I don't see her very often. And then, you know, then I can't remember what I saved for her. But, okay. So then now we'll do this side over here first. Because see how this side's got this little fringy edge on it? Can you see that? It's not a big deal. When you're outside of these windows, you don't really look in them closely. If you had like a window that was going out into a deck or something, you may want to trim off that fringy stuff, but that's not going to bother me. It's going to look just fine when I'm done. So we're going to fold this. Just stay straight with your edge. It's going to be perfect. And then I like to go back in these corners right here because it gets kind of thick with this thick material, and just snip those corners off. It'll make it lay down a little easier. Okay, and then just keep going a little section at a time. Just keep going. Is everybody ready for Christmas? I'm getting there. I got the Christmas spirit. Been wearing all my Christmas sweaters. I have a Temu haul to do too. I got to show you my newest Christmas sweater. It's fantastic. I like it a lot. It's very bright though. I'm gonna wear that on a day where I've got a little more self-confidence. Not today. Today, you know, this time of year is so tough too because you want to eat all the good things and stuff, and it seems like, I tell you, I can diet for 6 months and lose 10 pounds, and I can eat for 3 weeks and gain, 20 pounds. It's just how it is, I guess it's part of getting older. The good things about getting older, right? So you just keep going. See, we're moving along pretty quick. If I was sewing this, it would be taking much longer. And I just clip off any strings that are causing me any problems. Try not to burn myself. You got to make sure you give yourself plenty of glue sticks. Can you still see what I'm doing here? And then just keep going along with the line. Bang your stuff around. And if you pick a thicker fabric like this, the glue doesn't seep through the the fabric and get on your fingers as bad. So that's a good thing. Okay, let's snip this corner before I glue it this time. We'll clean that up after. And then just press that down just a little, hold it in place. You want your edges to stay nice, because if anything's going to come apart, it would be the edges first. Okay, so now you want to make sure your curtains are the same length on both sides. So I'm going to get my other piece of fabric, because you don't have a straight line going the other direction to measure with. So what I like to do is just take my other piece of fabric real quick and just kind of give it a little layout and have it be okay. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to make sure that my hems are the same on both curtains. So I lay this piece of fabric on top of that piece of fabric and press it down so that I have it in the right length on that side. I don't have to do the whole thing right now, but when I go to do this curtain in a minute, it'll be a lot easier if I do this. It's kind of chilly in here. My nose is wanting to be running. Can you see that? Moving the wrong way. Here we go. Can you see? So I have, see, this is about the same. Doesn't have to be totally exact, but you want it to be pretty close. Especially if you want to use these curtains more than 1 year in a row. This is a good thing. And I'm telling you, you can make these curtains and nobody's going to know at all that they're not sewn. And then I'll give it a press all the way across, so when I go back to it in a little bit, it's ready. But see, if you match those lines up, straight up and down from the part that you're creasing to the part that you're laying down, it's going to come out nice and even if it's not cut quite even. I'm going to do one dot right in the middle just to hold that where I pressed it. See how that holds its shape though? See that? Okay, so I'm just move this one out of the way just for a second. And then we're going to go to the other end. And now my curtains are hung up there with those like clamp hooks. So I don't need to make a pocket on this curtain. But if you were going to make a pocket on the curtain, you'd want to fold it down like probably like this much, see? Like that. And then just glue it right here at the edge, make a line and glue it there. Wait till it's completely cooled before you try to hang it up. And then you could put your rod through the hole. Okay, does that make sense? But what we're going to do, because it's a ring clamp curtain, is I can just fold this down. I'll give it more at the top. That way I always know when I look at these next year or whatever, I can tell what part goes at the top. So just give it a crease, just like you did on the other parts. See how it's staying? This is wonderful fabric, really. Okay, now I'm going to give it in the middle just to hold it in place. It's going to make it a little easier. My fingernails look terrible, guys. Don't look at them. I had fake fingernails on and then I pulled them off, so they're injured. You know what I mean. Okay. And then just give it a little. You don't have to be super neat and crispy with it as long as you keep your lines straight. Done. All right, so I'm going to take the other curtain now and go ahead and mark the top, just like I did with the bottom. So we want it about right there. Crease it. I need something to hold it on the table. And then another good thing to do is after you crease it, is just kind of go with your hands down to the other end just to make sure that you're matching up and it's the same length on both ends. I mean, it's the same all the way down. Because you don't want to get it up there and then have it not be the same size. You know what I mean? Because it's going to be obvious when it's hanging up if one part of the curtain's a lot longer than the other. So you definitely want to make sure. And then just give it a quick, let's see, I'm getting my lines off because I'm going too quick. Press it hard. And I don't know what I'm going to make for dinner. Got home a little early, so thought I would do my video real quick. Okay, so now I can finish this second curtain. I'm not going to make you watch me do the whole thing all over again. I'm just going to go around the edges and glue it down. I'll pause it and come back to you for the next step. How about that? See you in a minute. Okay, so I went ahead and hung half of the curtain up here, and I'm going to do a tie back now. And see how it's got the little hooks up here at the top, the clamps, the ring clamps. That's how I have those, like I said. And then what I'm going to do is do the tie back, and then I'm going to do a garland up here with some lights on it. And let's go. We're going to do it. Let me tilt you back down here so you can see the next step. So we're going to take this brown fabric and we're just going to cut a couple strips. And because it's this fleecy material, if you've ever used fleece, you know that it kind of curls up on the edges after you cut it, and you can't even tell that it's not hemmed. But it's really cut crooked as a dog's hind legs. So let's see. Let's try to straighten it out just a little bit on the edge here. We don't want it that messy. Okay. So then I like my tie backs to be about, 4 inches probably wide. And it's going to curl up a little bit. So let's, 4 or 5 inches. And what I do is I just cut like a section of it. Like, see, I cut this much. And then I just take it and lay it over itself. And that way I can keep it straight and the same size all the way across. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's go ahead and cut the second one too, just so that it's already done. We're not trying to guess at the size because we've used the first one and don't have it to measure the second one. Lay it on top of itself. T-shirt material is really good to work with because once you see how you do this, you stretch it like this a little bit and it wants to curl over a little bit on the edges. So let me just see what side I want to use. We've got that side or this side. I need to fix that spot right there. I've got a little cockeyed with it right there. Okay, I'm going to use there's one side that's more, I don't know if you can see, it's more fuzzy on this side and flat on that side. So we're going to use the fuzzier side. And here's where some fun happens. Let me go get a little container. See, it's not perfectly straight, but you're not going to be able to tell when it's hanging up. I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got it folded in half. And I got this little bowl. And this is so that I can lay it on here like this. And I can let me cut the end of that off where I knotted it, because that'll be in my way. And what we're going to do is we're going to lay this like this. Okay? I'm going to take hot glue and just put a little dot at the end here just to hold that in place. And see how I have it going over the edge a little bit? That's just so I can curl it under and glue it on the other side. And I don't think I'm going to need it quite this long. This is a little longer than I need. I'll probably cut like 2 inches off of the end, but we can do that in a minute. So, okay, so without getting it on the bowl, we're just going to do a glue around the bowl. Can you see that? I glued right there. And then we're going to take the yarn and just kind of press it down. I didn't go all the way to the top. Okay. Take your bowl, move it, and move it to this side. Okay. And I'm going to do a little tack right there just to help hold it in place for a second. And then we're going to do another glue. And then put it down. Press it in place. Move your bowl over here. Okay, we're going to do the same thing one more time. Okay, then I can cut, I'm going to go like 2 inches off of the end of my fabric and just cut it off. Okay. Let it sit there for a second and make sure it's stuck good. And then we're going to turn it over and just glue it down in the direction that it would have been going in. Unfold it a little and glue this piece over here on this end. We're going to glue it to the inside right here, just so we don't have any loose edges. Just glue it down. Hold it in place for a second. I got a little bit of glue there. Okay. And then I can try to decide how big I want it. I think probably like that will be good. So I'm gonna cut like about 3 inches off of that I don't need, because I think that'll be plenty long enough. It's about 1 foot long. Now, pom-poms. I'm going to do a pom-pom here, here, and here. What do you think? Should I do one over here? Let me see. I think I'll do it closer to the edge like that. And then I can do one down here. All right. Oops. Can't hold on to it. And then I'm just going to put one where it will be kind of on the back side, but I think it'll just help finish it off a little bit. Okay. Then I have a thumbtack. And make sure I don't have any glue strings. All right, now let me tilt you back up here. Let's look at the curtain. Move my step stool. Tack. Now this is where this fabric being stiff is kind of a pain, because it would be a little bit easier if you were dealing with a flowy fabric to do this part, because then you wouldn't have to work so hard to get it pleated right, but that's okay. That's all right. It's gonna look good when it's done. Should I go up a little? Down a little. I think down a little. Okay. Right there. And then you're just gonna take your thumbtack and make sure you get both pieces. Press it in there and then cover it up with the curtain. And I'll keep tinkering with this pleat because I have to stand on my step stool up there to get that quite right, but that's what we got so far. I'll show you what it looks like when I get both pieces up. Okay, so there you have it. I did, I have a few gingerbread things up there on top of the shelf above my window. When you're back away from it, you can see it better. But I did the garland up here. I was going to do it hanging down the sides, but it ended like right here, and I just didn't like how it looked. And I was going to do my gingerbread lights. Let me show you what they look like. Which they are really cute. And I'll show you what they look like lit up. I'll put my, hold on. This is what the lights look like. They are really cute. And I think that they would have looked good up there, but I don't want to have, you know, because down here's my outlet. I don't want to have cord going to like right here and then have the lights up there. If they were battery operated, it would be great, but since they're not, I'll show you what they look like. They're really cute. I'll probably use them somewhere else here in my kitchen, but for right now, I think I like how this looks. So this is what I'm going to stick with. Let me know what you think. And it's kind of going to be in here. It's a candy cane gingerbread house type of theme. So this gives you an idea of where I'm going with it. I think it looks really cute, and every year I like to try to put my food tree in here. I tried it in the dining room last year. I think it was last year, but I really prefer it right here in front of this window because of the size of the tree and stuff. I think it works good. Let me move you so you can see. It's just up on the island, and I just like it. So let me know what you think, and if you would try anything different than what I did. I think I'll probably put a couple more snowflakes up there in the garland once I find them in my stuff. But I'm kind of happy with that. And I like how this looks like frosting, gingerbread frosting. And my other window kind of matches, and you'll see it in my home tour. Anyway, if you like this, give me a thumbs up, and make sure you subscribe and share it with somebody who you think might be interested in a no-sew curtain project. All right, thank you guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye.